My husband caught me in bed cheating on him with a medical intern from the hospital where I work. I'm going through a rough patch in my marriage. Being married to a doctor isn't easy. My husband knows it, and I know it. We've always managed the shift changes, double shifts and rotations. But rumors that my profession is the most unfaithful have always lingered between us. We discussed it, and if I ever made the mistake of cheating, since I spend less time with our kids, he'd get primary custody, the house, and alimony, the most urgent matters. That's why we opted for a common-law marriage. After 17 years together, things between my husband and me have changed a lot, and I'm aware that my job leaves us little time together, and when I get home, I'm exhausted. I often made an effort to please my husband, especially on weekends when I had more rest from work. The issue pushing me to seek your advice is that I'm attracted to an intern under my supervision, Lucas, a tall, blonde German with an accent that gives me and every woman at the hospital goosebumps. My friend Daniela, who works in another specialty, encourages me to pursue something with him. She's had multiple flings with interns and colleagues, 5 or 6, I believe. She shares her adventures like they're novel chapters. I don't know what to do. I have feelings for Lucas, but I love my husband and kids, and I'm terrified of what might happen if I'm caught that I have intimacy needs too, and if my husband could be here with me, I'd happily be with him as often as possible, but he can't. The worst part is working closely with Lucas, who looks at me like he's devouring me with his eyes. At first, it made me uncomfortable, but not anymore. When I realized I liked him, I'd send him to other areas to avoid seeing him all day, but now I feel the need to keep him close. We've crossed paths in the doctor's lounge many times, but I've tried not to be alone with him. I often imagine him approaching me, saying he wants me. Those thoughts went from scaring me to becoming my private fantasies. I need your advice. Update 1. I feel compelled to update my original post, not because of anyone's pressure, but because my conscience needs an outlet, and this feels like the place to express what I think, feel, and what's happened. 8 days have passed since my first post. My husband and I have grown distant. I've stopped trying in our relationship, and he's noticed. Emotionally, that's where I'm at. I haven't fully abandoned him, but some things are hard to do or say. I no longer call him my love or say I love him. I feel immense guilt when I do, because I don't think I love him anymore. We used to be intimate twice a week. Now it's once, and it's awful because I'm no longer physically attracted to him. I notice flaws now, his big belly, his scratchy beard. In intimacy, I can't complain about his performance, but when feelings are gone, it doesn't matter how skilled he is or how long it lasts. Nothing matters when you're in love, and I'm in love with Lucas. My heart beats for him now. I want to be with him, not at home with my husband or kids. I know many expected me to seek help to save my marriage, which I'm destroying myself. This hurts. I've cried in my car on the way home, in the shower, looking at my husband's photos, apologizing for stopping loving him. He's a great man and father, but I don't know what happened. I should have sought help earlier and not let this happen. It's my fault. Everything is my fault. I don't want to lose my marriage or be separated from my kids and husband. I didn't marry for this. I'd die if my kids said I hurt them and their father with an affair. I've tried distancing myself from Lucas and failed. I need his presence, his gaze, his voice. But it's not enough anymore, and I'm terrified of falling so deep I can't let him go and have to choose between my family and him. I think this is inevitable. Update 2. I'm ashamed to write what's happened, but I must. 3 days after my last post, I went home as usual. My husband told me our eldest son, Marcelo, got into a fight with a classmate, and we were called to a meeting with the other boy's parents and the principal. The conversation went like this. Natalia, Marcelo got into a fight. We have a meeting with everyone involved tomorrow at 9 a.m. with the principal. What do you mean Marcelo got into a fight? Where is he? He's grounded in his room. Did you hear me? The principal wants us all there. Adrian, I can't go. I have surgery in the morning. Natalia, Marcelo isn't just my son. We need you tomorrow. Let someone else handle the surgery. Adrian, I can't skip work for something trivial like a school fight. Natalia, it's not just that. You don't do anything for this family anymore. You're like a guest who only comes to eat and sleep. I got heated and shouted, and so did Adrian. What are you talking about? I do everything I can for this family. What more do you want? That you act like a mother for once. Your son needs you, your daughter needs you, I need you, but it's like we don't matter. We don't even have dinner together anymore. You don't ask your kids about their day. It's like we don't exist. Adrian, my job is important, and you knew that. I told you before we married. I know, Natalia. I paid for your studies, remember? I sacrificed for you to finish, but I never imagined your job would come before your family. After that, I grabbed my purse and stormed out. Adrian followed, yelling, "Where are you going, Natalia? We need you here." I got in my car and drove aimlessly. After an hour, I checked into a hotel and ordered a bottle of champagne. It was nearly 11 p.m. I got messages from Adrian begging me to come back. After another hour, instead of feeling bad about what he said about our family needing me, or admitting my job had consumed me for years, I thought of Lucas. I finished the bottle, ordered another, lay on the bed, and fantasized about him. I was so aroused just thinking about him. I grabbed my phone and, without considering the consequences, called him. We talked briefly about work, then I said, "I'm at a hotel. Come keep me company." He replied, "Give me the address and I'll be there quick." I sent it, sat and waited. When he knocked, I opened the door, and as soon as he stepped in, I practically attacked him. I kissed him so passionately I could barely breathe. It was like when I met my husband, same fire. I felt more alive than ever. My mind was detached from my body. It was incredible. We drank more champagne and ordered another bottle. In the morning, my phone was buzzing with missed calls from Adrian and Daniela. It was early. I saw Lucas sleeping beside me, and last night's memories flooded back. My body ached, my head pounded. I called Daniela and told her to tell Adrian I stayed at her place and had gone to work if he called. I asked her to bring me clothes to change into in my car before work. I ordered strong coffee at the hotel, and with a clearer head, sent Adrian a voice message. "Hey Adrian, I'm heading to work. I stayed at Daniela's. I'm so sorry. Let's talk tonight." He replied, "Okay, Natalia. I'm sorry too. Let's talk tonight. I love you." I felt crushing guilt for betraying him. I covered my face in shame and cried, unsure what would happen next. Then Lucas woke up and said, "Morning, love. How'd you sleep?" His words caught me off guard, and his smile made me forget everything again. "Wonderfully," I said. He said, "Come here." And we did it again, then in the shower. It was fantastic. We got ready and went to work. The hotel was near the hospital. Daniela arrived with clothes, and I changed in the car. She saw me beaming. "Did it happen?" she asked. "Yes," I said. "It was incredible, friend." I felt alive again. Lucas is amazing. Then Adrian called, and I didn't know what to do. Daniela said, "Enjoy while it lasts. You deserve it, Queen. Forget Adrian and have fun. I'll tell you how I avoid getting caught." My mind was chaos, but thinking of Lucas calmed me. I forgot about Adrian all day. During my break, I called Lucas to the lounge, locked the door, and we did it there for the first time. He was tired, So I let him rest, saying I'd sent him to another area since he's under my supervision. That afternoon, Daniela told me if I wasn't planning to divorce, I needed to live a double life without disrupting my family. Don't change anything, she said. No new clothes, perfumes, excessive makeup, or diets to look better for your lover. Don't criticize your husband. Spend time with him and your kids, and be intimate with him. If you don't, he'll notice something's up. Don't be with Lucas all the time, and don't fall in love. This is an affair, not a relationship. Her experience, she claimed, would help me avoid getting caught. When I'm with Lucas, I feel alive, filled with passion I thought was lost. He seems to understand and compliment me in ways Adrian doesn't or won't. I calm things at home, accepting some blame, which was easier knowing Lucas would make me happy the next day. I've been living this double life for 15 days. I don't know whether to continue, take a break, or divorce. Now that I'm in this affair, I may not post again. Update 3. 3 months into my affair, I was mentally and physically exhausted. I kept the peace at home for the affair's sake, but pretending everything was fine became unbearable. Daily issues annoyed me. I wanted calm at home, but it's impossible. My kids are growing, and there's always something I'd rather Adrian handle. I thought about Lucas constantly. I considered quitting my job, divorcing Adrian, and moving in with Lucas, but it was a huge step. I'd feel brave enough to end my marriage, then regret it hours later. Sometimes, I couldn't hide my urge to leave to see Lucas. It was my first affair, and I fell for him like a teenager. By the 4th month, I was fed up with family life. Pretending to be happy with Adrian and my kids caused immense stress, making me want to take early vacation. I couldn't, but when I got 30 days off, it was awful. I thought I'd be relaxed, but I couldn't stand being home. With my kids at school and Adrian at work, I was alone missing Lucas. My frustration was obvious. Adrian and the kids noticed. On Lucas's days off, we spent entire days together, and 3 times a week, I went to his apartment, saying I was at Daniela's or with colleagues. With a week left of vacation, I invited Lucas to my house while Adrian was at work and the kids at school. He came, and we didn't leave as planned. We went to my bedroom and were intimate. Adrian, wanting to surprise me with a family trip, picked up the kids from school and came home. They found clothes scattered on the 2nd floor and thought we'd been robbed. As Adrian called the police, he walked toward our bedroom and heard sounds of intimacy. I can't imagine his shock, but I saw his face when he opened the door. My daughter stayed outside, but my son, Marcelo, was coming up with a baseball bat. Adrian shouted and lunged at Lucas. Marcelo, taller than his father, joined in, hitting Lucas with the bat, leaving him injured on the floor. I tried to stop them from hurting Lucas more, but Adrian slapped me and pushed me onto the bed. Seconds later, police stormed in. It was humiliating for my family. Neighbors were outside. My daughter was terrified. My son was crying, unable to process what he saw. Adrian told the police they thought a burglar had broken in. An officer said, "Ma'am, get dressed. You're all coming to the station to sort this out," explaining that Lucas was my lover, not a thief, and that Adrian caught us in our bed was mortifying. My parents arrived at the station, supporting Adrian and Marcelo. I saw my dad hug Adrian and whispered to him, my mom crying in Marcelo's arms. I knew I'd ruined everything, spectacularly. Of all the ways to destroy my family, this was the worst. After hours, we left. Adrian went home, the kids went with my parents, and Lucas left without a word. My mom approached me and said, "What happened, Natalia?" I didn't answer. "Your father will never speak to you again. Go home and talk to your husband." I said, "I'm so sorry, Mom. Tell Dad I'm sorry for everything." She left without replying. I took a taxi home, crying the whole way, wondering how I let this happen, begging God to turn back time. The uncertainty of Adrian's reaction terrified me. My son's devastated face, my daughter's cries as we were taken in the patrol car, and Adrian's pain tore me apart. I felt disgusted with myself. At home, I said, "I'm so sorry, Adrian." He didn't respond. I continued. I wanted to talk about our relationship. I needed a break. I was going through a tough time. His silence made me think I could explain, but he threw a crystal ornament against the wall. "Lies! You pretended everything was fine just to sneak around with your lover." "How long, Natalia?" he shouted. "It doesn't matter now. We need to fix this," I replied. "How long, damn it?" he insisted. "Please, Adrian, stop asking." He went upstairs, grabbed my phone from under the bed, and unlocked it. My heart sank. He saw my chats with Lucas, his face contorted with rage and pain. "I never thought you could be so vile, Natalia. You're a damn traitor. Pack your crap and get out. My kids won't come back until you're gone." As he yelled, it hit me, the full scope of my actions. My marriage was over. Our years together ended. The kids would stay with him. I'd lost everything. Only when I was alone did I truly value what I had. How did my life change so fast? "I thought," Adrian said, "when I get back, you better not be here. Anything you leave, I'll burn." The pain of packing my things, crying, begging for a chance to fix it, was soul-crushing. I pleaded, "Please, God, don't abandon your daughter. I'll change everything." I waited 3 hours for that chance, then took a taxi to a hotel. Daniela came to console me, but I was inconsolable. "How could I do this, Daniela?" I kept saying. I got so bad they took me to a clinic. My family visited, except my father, Adrian, and the kids didn't call or visit. I slept for 2 days, then went to Daniela's at her suggestion. Staying with my parents or alone wasn't good in my state. I took 15 days off work and started seeing a psychologist friend who urged me to be honest with myself about what I want. It's hard, reliving what happened and why, but I had to. Things with Lucas ended, on both sides. Only he, Daniela, and I knew what happened, but it had soon spread at the hospital. I'd return to work and face gossip or find a new job. Daniela suggested we open a small clinic together. It depended on how things went at work. With Adrian, it's over. He'll never give me a chance to prove I can change. A month later, he sent divorce papers. Per our agreement, I had no choice but to sign. It hurt to legally end my marriage. My time with my kids depends on their emotional state. We have no contact, not even calls, but I'll do anything for their forgiveness. For 6 months after the incident, work was unbearable. I couldn't focus. Memories of Lucas in the lounge haunted me. We avoided each other, and he's now dating a nurse. Adrian started seeing his workshop secretary, a single mom with a 3-year-old, separated for 2 years. They're talking marriage and living in our old house. I know this because I've reconnected with my younger daughter. It's harder with Marcelo. He can't forget what he saw, and I understand. I've begged both for forgiveness, crying for their true pardon. Recently, I saw Adrian's girlfriend at the supermarket with my daughter and her daughter. She's pregnant. My daughter didn't see me. I rushed out, waited in my car, and watched them leave like a complete family. I broke down, crying like I was dying. All the way to Daniela's. I wonder what'll happen when my kids grow up and have families. Seeing my daughter happy with her new family made me realize I've lost everything. I quit my job and opened a clinic with Daniela. Now I have plenty of time but no family to share it with. Adrian and the kids move on like I never existed, like they don't miss me. It hurts to be replaced so quickly. They don't try to see or check on me. I'm the one calling or texting. My daughter gives me a few minutes. Marcelo, nothing. I've seen Adrian to discuss vacations and other things, but we barely agree on anything. I tried visiting my daughter at school, but his girlfriend was there. She's quit her job to care for my kids. I wanted to win them back through school events, but that seems impossible. Their birthdays are coming, and I don't know how I'll handle it. I've tried talking to Adrian about holidays, birthdays, Christmas, Mother's Day, but he says it's up to the kids. I don't know what'll happen. A year later, I'm still not used to this new reality, but there's nothing I can do but wait. I was terribly wrong, hurt my family unforgivably, and lived a stupid fantasy. I'm the only one to blame and got what I deserved. Many of you were right. This is my last post.